Hi, everyone, and welcome to Will of the. Oh wait, what? What, Patrick? You hold up.
I
You
was
held up two fingers.
I was saying peace.
Oh,
Like I was like saying
okay.
hello to the audience. Hi audience. Sorry I interrupted the thing. Go back to doing what you're doing.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Will of the Dice presents Mysteries of Honeybrooke. Tonight, I will be your DM, but before we get into introductions, we have an announcement. Locke.
Hi, gamers. I'm Lon Clark, and I'm here to talk to you about our partners in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, fine purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. And as this is our inaugural weekend on our own channel, I'm going to tell you about our ambassador dice. They are sexy, and you want a set. These are stained glass glyphic die with the stained glass pattern is filled in with a reddish pink, and then they are a blue radical glass die with a color gradient and an optical shift. They are so cool. You want a set of these? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So to get these and to see all the other dice available from Level Up, you're going to go to our portal because it makes us look good and you want us to look good. So that portal is http://bit.ly/capital W, capital O, capital T, capital D, capital Dice, all one word. That's bit.ly/WOTD Dice, all one word. Go check those out. Also, this is a one shot. We won't be having music per se, but if you're listening to this in podcast form, you will hear our theme song at the beginning and end of the show, which was done for us by our one and only musician, Patrick Taylor. Thanks, Pants.
Now, before we get into introductions, I do have one more thing to say. This session is definitely for mature audiences. It's going to get a little dark tonight. And if you are not a mature audience, please see yourself to the door. And now, introductions.
That's me. I'm first. Again, backwards as like always. Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Patrick, and I am playing Pete Baylor. I'm a paladin of redemption and vengeance, and I'm here to stop some bad guys. And you can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hey everyone, I'm Ren Matley, and tonight I'm going to be playing Mirabelle, the Satyr Druid. She's about 5'8" with brown hair and brown eyes. Mirabelle's legs are covered in a reddish brown and black fur. Horns on her head curve slightly outward and back. And she wears a cropped blue wrap top with sleeves that end just above the elbow and a dark tan skirt that's cut high on the sides and has a little slit so her tail can wag. She is absolutely just excited with life. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Lot Clark, and tonight I'll be playing Gray. Gray is a dwarf with a finely coiffed beard, bald on top. He is a paladin of the Ancestral Guardians and a barbarian of the Ancestral Guardians path and a paladin of the Oath of the Ancients. He is a proud defender of people loving the way they want to love and being their true selves, and tends to get real angry when people try to stop other people from being who they really are, and has channeled that rage into divine protections. And that's just not cool, man. Just not cool. So you can find me on the Book Faces and the Twitter Patients at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
And as I said before, I am Alice. I will be the DM tonight for this tale of mystery and woe. And you can find me on Twitter at Cap'n Cuppycake. Now, the three of you have traveled from a different city on this continent to a town known as Honeybrooke. The caravan stops just at the fork that goes into the village to let y'all get off of it. The driver of the caravan looking back and going, "Well, there's where you want to go. I ain't stepping foot in there, not with the rumors I've heard."
Could you be more specific about what kind of rumors you've heard?
Well, you see, travelers that go in there don't come back out.
Oh. Then how do you get the rumors?
That's a good question.
Never mind you how anybody gets any rumors.
I don't mind myself about much, but that's fair. Thanks for letting us go with the caravan, and may the gods of justice and redemption guide you.
And I pray that y'all make it out of that town alive.
Hey,
Thanks for the
thanks.
ride.
Just be true to yourself, man. That's reward enough.
He'll tip his hat and keep the caravan going away from this town with bad rumors of travelers disappearing within its walls.
Well, I reckon we move on in, huh?
Yeah. How do we want to? We want to walk like side by side, or we like filing in, or
Are you two standing on the ground? Right?
yeah.
Mirabelle's gonna kind of wedge herself up between you. Come on, silly geese. Let's just go.
Yeah, man. Let's just go, man.
As you enter
Natural light.
As you enter this town of Honeybrooke, the light seems to change. There's almost a miasma floating about, causing this gray tint to fall on everything, and the sense of just sadness and dread in the air. People shuffle about, not looking up from where they're going, just minding their own business. But there aren't that many people out and about walking. There's a tavern and there's an inn. They are separate buildings. There's a large administrative building that you'd imagine would be its town hall. There's, of course, a church. There's a large mansion off in the distance that one might speculate the mayor of this town lives in. And there are, of course, different shops and different houses for the townsfolk to live in. Where would you like to go?
Well, practicality says that maybe we should secure some lodgings first, but I'm mighty parched. I could go for a drink.
Sounds good to me.
I got no objections on my end.
You approach the tavern, and once you go inside, it's not at all what you would expect. The tables and chairs have mostly been replaced by beds. In these beds are people, and they look like they're dying. Behind the bar is a woman, just an average height woman with a human woman with brown hair and brown eyes. She looks very unassuming.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am? He's calling to the unassuming woman.
Oh, yes?
Me and my friends are really thirsty. Do we go to you or do you come to us?
She'll motion for you to come to her.
Kind of walk over. As I have totally forgotten to describe what Pete Baylor looks like. Pete Baylor is wearing a breastplate of black metal, a helmet kind of similar to what you'd expect like a guard helmet to be, and is carrying a spear of black ebony wood with a black spear tip and a shield also of that same black metal with a fist on it. He is a paladin of vengeance, and his skin and body would give you the assumption that he walks and it may be shambles at times. That is because he is what we like to call a reborn. Basically, a zombie risen by the goddess of vengeance and redemption. to be a paladin and warrior for her. So he'll make his way there and just be like, "What's up?"
Oh, wow. I've never seen someone like you before. Or your companion.
She'll look over at Mirabelle.
We don't get a whole lot of visitors here anymore.
Yeah, I hear the rumors are that people come in but they don't come out.
Well, we have this horrible sickness, as you can see, that's been going around.
Oh, that explains the beds, I'm assuming.
Yes, I used to be a cleric, so I turned the tavern into a sick bay.
Why not the church?
I never thought of that.
That's fair. Most clerics seem to be very with the people, and the people need is a good congregation unit. And this building seems like it's pretty big, so that's actually a pretty good decision too. However, does that take away from the fact that me and my friend are thirsty? No. Does it make it harder for us to create drinks? Maybe, but what's going on with your town? Could we also talk about this over three drinks? Three drinks. He turns around. Three.
Yeah,
three.
In her head.
Yeah, let's get drinks.
What's your poison?
I'm not into poison, but I wouldn't mind something with alcohol.
Do you know how to do like a White Russian or is that no?
What's a Russian?
So how about you got something fruity? I like, like fruity and strong. Can we? So that I can put my pinky up when I drink it. Is that?
I'll see what I can do. And you?
Oh, if it comes from a barrel, it's for me, not Daryl. I'm Pete Baylor. He'll extend his hand.
She won't shake it, but she will go and start making drinks.
Oh yeah. Should probably note that he is ice cold because he is basically a zombie.
And
By the oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, by the way, just for dress for Gray, he is wearing half plate that is like super shiny, like it is immaculately polished. Almost looks like pure silver. It's mithril. And he's got a cloak on. The cloak is dark blue on the outside, lined with purple, and has some fancy pink trim going around it. You can tell he
Very
takes a
nice.
lot of pride in his appearance.
Very nice. So if she's off doing that, is there anything y'all'd like to discuss before she gets back?
If these people are sick, do you think there's a way we can help them?
I mean, like, yeah, maybe. There's a couple things. I don't know if I can compare to like a cleric, man. I can, I don't know. There's some things I can maybe do.
Yeah, probably me too. Like, mostly just about if their like water's no good or their food's real bad. That's kind of like where I'm sitting at. But yeah, probably about that.
I could probably help a few of them. I don't know how many, though.
I say we wait for our drinks first, though. They don't seem like they're like, like kind of thumb over to one. They don't look like they're like dying. Clearly, they do look like they're dying.
A few of them absolutely look like they are at death's door. One of them might actually be dead.
I'm gonna guess you're not the best judge of the differences between living and dead, man. Like,
What makes you say that?
just a sense that I get. Please don't take offense at that. I'm not trying to harsh your deal, whatever it is, but like, just kind of a vibe that you're putting out, man. Like maybe that line's a little blurrier for you than it is for most, man.
I guess.
Hey, blurring lines is cool, man. It's all good.
I like non-blurred lines. Yeah, straight, even nice lines. Like if you're looking at a garden and you just look out and they're just nice, even rows. Yeah.
Yeah, but man, sometimes you like roses, and sometimes you like daisies, and sometimes you want the roses and the daisies at the same time. And sometimes there's something like kind of in between a daisy and a rose, and you're like, oh, that's cool too. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Like when those kind of lines blur, that's cool to me.
Maybe sometime you could show me what one of those flowers would look like. I'm having a hard time. Is that the drink person now?
Well, they've been having this conversation. Mirabelle has gotten up and gone over to whoever looks the sickest.
There is a young man off in the corner on the opposite. So if the door's here, the corner is over here, and the bar's like up here.
Okay.
So his bed is off in the corner to the side, away from where the door is.
All right. Mirabelle is going to approach him, kneel down next to him, take his hand, and quietly cast Lesser Restoration.
Very interesting.
Lesser Restoration, you can touch a creature and end either one disease or condition afflicting it.
Very, very interesting. His skin had once been yellow before, and yet now it seems to have more of a glowing pinkness to it, as if you had cured his jaundice. But you can't be certain if that's actually what it was.
Fair enough. Is he conscious?
He is now, and he just looks at you astonished, unable to comprehend, thinking he must still be in some sort of fever dream, staring up at a deer woman, essentially.
A little more goat-like, but yeah.
Goat woman. So he's just staring wide-eyed in shock, like, the fuck just happened?
She's just going to grin at him, take a flower out from behind her horn, slip it behind his ear, pat him on the hand. It's going to be okay. And she's going to get it back up and go back to the bar.
Gonna sort of lean up and watch her, he's just gonna watch her, and then he's gonna, like, slowly try to quietly get up from the cot and sneak his way to the door and then go running out it as soon as he can.
Her tail is totally wagging as she walks away.
The tavern keeper comes back with your drinks. She'd been gone away for an odd amount of time for fixing 3 drinks, especially considering that one is wine, one is ale, and one is just Sorry, I'm trying to think of a fruity drink I want to say right now. Mai Tai, I guess? I don't know.
Sure.
And she'll set them down and let y'all pick which one y'all want. Because technically, ale and wine both come out of a barrel.
Like perfect, man. Look at the colors of that.
Oh, thank you.
Up. Hey, so like, what's the? Do you know what's like causing the sickness, man, or like what it when it started or anything?
Well, I don't know what's causing it, but it all started I'd say about a year ago. We had this really, really dreadful weather that caused all of our crops and all of our livestock to die, and shortly after that, everyone started getting sick.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, it seems to me like the first thing we need to do is nail down what this thing is, right? And I'm gonna wave my I'm gonna clutch my holy symbol and close my eyes for a second, and and a glowing aura sort of surrounds me, and I'm casting detect poison and disease. For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You can also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell penetrates most barriers, but can be blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
You don't sense any poisons. And the strangest thing of all, you don't sense a disease.
That's weird, man. Real weird. Like, I don't. This isn't a disease. This is something else.
Oh, do you think it's a curse?
Yeah, like maybe, man.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
Has your town done anything within the last year? Well, I guess it would have had to be before last year, but last year, right before this happened, did anything like happen? Like someone decided to open a spooky crypt, or somebody brought something back from an adventure on the road. Somebody did something that somebody didn't like, and another person was like, "You know what? Curse you, man."
I don't know for certain, but about a year before it happened, this necromancer moved into town. He's named Faust the Ninth.
I wonder what happened to the other 8. Oh,
That's a good one, man.
oh.
He seems to have been untouched by this disease too, even though most haven't.
So, like, I don't, like, go out of my way a lot of the time, but, like, we got this for you. Where is this necromancer guy?
Oh, he lives on the edge of town, in the opposite direction that it got to get here. So you're going to want to, when you leave here, you go in front of town hall, and then you take a right. And it's at the edge of town over there.
You happen to live in a big mansion on the big spooky hill up there?
Oh no, that's where the mayor lives.
Okay, hang on a second. And he'll kind of like huddle over. He'll like huddle both of you over and be like, "All right, I know this is unexpected, but I figure we could call a group huddle real fast." He'll poke us out. Sorry to do a group huddle right here, but like, can you just like take like 3 steps back? I don't want to get up out of my seat.
Well, just as long as you pay before you leave.
Oh, of course, of course. And he'll like take out a small sack and just lay it on the counter, and just like he doesn't care. The sack has like 200 gold in it.
She grabs it and walks away.
All right. What's the game plan? I'm thinking Mayor House, Necromancer, big showdown at the church.
I'm all for talking to people. Sure.
So you want to like talk to the mayor first? Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I'm down for that, man. But like, I don't know, the mayor, like, he's just letting this happen, and you know, the necromancer seems like the clear culprit, man. Like, what's he do? He's not doing anything. Like, talking's cool, man.
You never
Just
know.
because somebody has chosen to raise the dead as their profession doesn't make them a bad person.
Aww.
I mean, all right, I can see where you're coming from. Like, you know, hey, do you get too hot or too cold ever, man? Like, 'cause your skin is like your room temperature, brother. Ooh,
I
just
I
It's all good, man. It's all good. And you, like,
Mhm.
your fur's real soft.
Thank you. I try.
You got a real cute tail too. I'm just gonna say. I'm just putting it out there. Like, it's real.
Her tail will wag. And it's a goat tail, so it does that thing where it's like diddly diddly.
But yeah, no. Because if the mayor's not doing anything, that's how we're going to enact change. We have to go straight for the government.
All right, man. Can I finish my drink first?
Oh.
Is that cool? Like,
Of course. We could even. I bet you she'll probably give us another one if we ask.
cool.
Didn't you
Yeah.
ask her to go away?
Yeah, well, we're done in the huddle now.
She's not behind the bar anymore.
Well, do you guys remember her name? I feel like absolute dog shit for not remembering her name.
Yeah, man. No, I'm horrible with names, man. I got to hear them at least 3 times before they stick.
Sorry, I was kind of focused on the people who were sick.
Fair. Hey, unassuming lady, are you back there? Could you get us a couple more drinks?
No response.
Oh, I don't like that.
You did ask her
I
to go away.
I downed my drink and I set it down, and then I'm like, you gave her a whole sack of money, right, man? And I just like walk behind the bar. Then I'm gonna go into the back to look for where she made our drinks, and in the thought of making myself another one and bringing out a couple more for these guys.
Hmm. When you're back behind the bar, you notice that there's not a whole lot of drink making stuff like right behind the bar, but there's a door that goes even further into the building.
Well, I'm gonna go through the door.
You'll see a kitchen. There's meat and bread and other stuff, cheese, just food sitting about waiting to be prepared.
Do I see them makings for drinks?
Oddly, no.
I come back out with a charcuterie plate of just bread and cheese and meat, and I'm like, I got us some snacks, man, but I didn't see anything for making drinks back there. Isn't that weird?
That's really weird.
Yeah. How far? Like, I only went back, into like the kitchen area, but like she was gone a long time, right? Like maybe she, like,
Well, maybe there's a cellar or something.
yeah.
Keeps the wine nice and cool. I don't know.
Well-
All I know is that we should totally figure this out, get everybody healed up, and then have a big fucking party.
Oh, I like parties, man. Yeah.
I mean, we can
I'll
have a
stay
regular
for a
party
little
if you want, but
I'll stay for a little bit of the party, I guess. But and he'll take the ale and just down it, put it on the table. I think she may have just abandoned not only us, but the people dying here, which is, in my opinion, pretty damn shitty. And
Hear a door, and then the door that's right behind the bar will open. She'll step back in.
Oh, you're still here. I arranged at the inn for all three of you to have rooms with that extra gold.
Oh, very sweet of you. Hey, could we get a couple more of them drinks? I was gonna just make my own, but like couldn't figure out where you kept stuff.
Of course.
And she'll leave.
the same way she came in,
Yeah.
through that door, or will she go like the way the Gray went?
That's the same door that Gray went through. Same
Okay.
house.
I'm gonna like peek back into the door, see if I see her in there making drinks.
No, you see her, the brief time that it's open, you see her going towards the very back door.
Going out the back door, man.
There's cellars outside.
Drink. I don't know, man. Do we want to like? Should we check this out or?
I think we're overthinking it.
All right. I just make I get a piece of bread and some meat and some cheese, and I just start noshing on a little snackage.
It is strangely extremely good. You have no idea. You can't identify what flavor of meat it is, what animal it came from, but it's damn good.
Really tasty meat, man.
I gave up meat a long time ago.
I eat a little of
Sorry.
everything.
And
I
the
did too.
collective, oh my.
That's my kind of Seder there. I like that. Yeah. Hey, what are your pronouns? Like, I don't want to get it wrong. Both
Oh, I use she, her.
good to know.
He, them.
He, them, awesome, man. I'm a he, him, but like no judgments. I love it all, man.
And she returns much quicker than before. With
Hey,
refills.
welcome back.
Oh, I see
Ooh,
you helped yourself to some food. Is
I
it to
hope
your
you don't
liking?
mind. Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Delicious.
It's a secret family recipe.
Hey, what was your name again?
Oh, I think I forgot to tell you. You can call me Celeste.
That's way better than unassuming lady. And I am sorry for not asking earlier. The big question I think is, so what's the mayor like?
Well, I've never personally met him, but I've heard that he's very nice, unless you ask his ex-wife.
So he's married,
Yes,
and then remarried.
yes. His
Got it.
ex-wife is named Patricia. She'd do anything to roust him out of office.
Like run against him or like try to murder him. There's a line.
Well, if she murdered him, she'd go to jail for murder.
Not if he got
And,
away with it.
well, women don't exactly get to run for office around here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, you know human men.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, like straight dudes. First, am I right? Just don't get it, man. Hey, what was like the mayor's name, man? Like
Jeffrey.
Jeff. And you said he remarried his current wife. She got a name too, or
Oh, I don't know.
Mrs. Mayor, I guess.
So like, is it appointment only to go see the mayor, or can I just like? Whoa! Sorry, that ale hit me real good. Excuse me.
You're
Um.
kind.
Oh,
Oh, man, let it out. Better out than in. I always.
thanks, and thank you. May the goddess of redemption and justice bless you. Um. Is it like appointment, or can I just like hike up the hill and like knock on this door and he'll let me in?
Oh, well, given what time of day it is, you'd probably find him at town hall. I mean, he is the mayor. That's where
Oh,
he works.
Oh,
sorry.
that's a good
This
point, man.
it's a little gray everywhere. Well, sorry, gray.
No. It's fun. I'm diminutive, and I get it, man. It's cool. Cool.
It is color toned as if the world is sad, like my insides.
I think he's saying it's hazy, like everybody's been smoking too much pipe.
Well, like anyway, just couldn't really tell what kind of day it is because it's like that place where it rains all the time.
Oh, you mean the island off the coast from here?
Yeah, that one, man.
Well, people don't ever go there. It's far too dangerous. Although that Faust fellow might.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, Mayor is at town hall, and then the necromancer lives in his house on the other side of town.
Yes.
Perfect.
And the inn is right next door to here for when y'all are ready to go to bed or want more of a proper meal. I also do the cooking for the inn.
Excellent. This, like I said, this is top. Totally. I'm gonna have some more of my drink and nosh on another bread cheese meat stack.
She's gonna smile at you before going to check on her patients.
Mirabelle's gonna just sip her wine while watching for her to get to the now empty bed.
And she goes down it like doot 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 what? And then she'll stop at the bed and tilt her head and look around.
I'm sorry to bother you. Did you see what happened to the young man that was here?
Oh, I think he went home. He's fine now.
Yeah, he practically danced a jig on the way out. It was great, man. All spry and full of energy.
Nature's an amazing healer.
Oh, you must be a healer then.
I'm a druid.
That would explain it. Okay.
And she'll just keep checking the last row of her patients.
So, town hall, necromancer, church, get sleepy in the middle of the day, we go to the tavern.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. Just gonna polish off this drink and I make another couple of stacks of meat, cheese, and bread and like just sort of stick them in a pouch. Take another one for the road. All right, man. I'm good to go. Don't want to see the mayor on a empty stomach. You know what I mean?
Hunger is my ever waking moment when no one needs to be full. But let's go see the mayor.
Feel sorry for you, man. I
I'm
hope
just
you.
having a hard time not making jokes.
I hope you, find fulfillment. See what I did there? Fulfillment. Yeah, come on.
I think I just took a point of psychic damage.
All right.
Even in character, he's got dad jokes.
Well, I mean,
Just
it's a self-insert.
to town hall.
All right. We head to the town hall.
The town hall is a rather large and looming building. It looks larger than it actually probably is. It's just a very imposing structure of stone and brick with large columns.
Those are some big columns.
And of course, I hear my sibling laughing in the background when they're not even watching this.
Good DM. Might I use my divine sense to detect good and evil as we are approaching this building? Given that its architecture is big and imposing, I want to see if it's good or evil.
The building itself.
Well, the building, and then it's basically anything within 60 feet. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Everything looks fine.
No, I don't get any like resonating good or evil vibes coming.
Nah, it's just neutral.
I think anybody inside the building is probably considered behind total cover.
Fair. But
But the
nothing
building's
building
yet.
is-
evil.
The building is completely neutral.
Hey, we like neutral buildings. Right, cool. Thank you,
And
good
there's
DM.
nothing on the street near the building either that sends good or bad vibes.
What about 60 feet below me? I guess that would be considered total cover, but
Yeah.
damn.
So you like columns? I'm a fan of nice sturdy columns. So
Never could resist one.
You ever seen dwarven columns?
Oh, I don't think I have.
Remind me to show you some. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if it's Pete making that face or Patrick making that face.
It's a little bit of both. It started as Pete and it ended with me. Because I was like, where's he going with this? Not. And then my brain was like, ah, yes.
Spoiler, it's a dick joke.
So y'all gonna
How-
go into town hall?
Yeah, what's the doors look like? How does it look like when we first walk into this building?
It's got nice, shiny marble floors. It's got about 2 foot tall metal poles with like just normal rope strung around them to form a queue line up to a front desk. There's some doors off in a different area on either side.
Busy?
Hmm?
Is it busy?
God, no. There's no one there. There's not even a receptionist. Maybe she was one of the people that was in the tavern. Or maybe he
Wow.
was one of the people in the tavern.
They really like a queue here, don't they, man?
Yeah, it's practically. I mean, I feel like we're going to be here all day with this line.
No, don't be silly. There's nobody here. We can just go right to the front.
Hello? He just calls out.
Can we just like walk around the queue?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Yeah,
don't have to go through
totally.
it.
Totally walking around the queue. Yeah, forget queues, man. They're for the birds.
Oh, birds don't like them.
What do birds
Keep
got
that
against
in
the letter
mind.
Q? Goddamn. Sorry.
It's exactly what I thought of, though. I was like, I can't say anything. That doesn't make any sense.
And trees have some really strong opinions on lines.
Good to know.
Hello?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I really think we're. He's just gonna go start trying doors, like seeing if they're open or locked while everybody's going to the front.
Just find the fanciest door. That's probably the one we're looking for.
Is he gonna do that, or is he just gonna open random doors?
He'll start with the one that looks the fanciest, and then go like in order of fanciest door to least fancy door. That's how he's gonna open them, as opposed to randomly.
The fanciest door in this particular room just leads to a conference room. And in descending order, there's a less fancy meeting room, janitor closet, and then bathrooms.
I'm heading for the receptionist desk.
There's no one there.
Is there a bell or anything?
There is.
I ring the bell, and then I ring it a couple more times, and then I ring it a whole bunch of times, and then I wait approximately 8 seconds before I just walk behind the receptionist desk.
There's nothing there, but there is a hallway off past one of the doors. Or not
Hey,
past one of the doors, near one of the doors.
Hey guys, there's a hall back here, man.
From down the hall, from that incessant bell ringing, you'll hear a man's voice yelling a woman's name. And what's that woman's name? I don't know, because I didn't think of that.
That's okay. We might be standing just far enough away we can't hear it clearly.
Then you'll hear a muffledness after the just a muffled like roar after
Mir-
the yelling.
Mirabelle will start skipping down the hallway.
They'll come to a fancy door.
See,
I'm
I told you I have
following.
a big fancy door.
I'm gonna take the bell with me.
Why?
Reasons?
Pete
Okay.
Baylor. Pete Baylor has also left all of the doors open to every single thing that he's opened, just so that he doesn't go back and accidentally open one of the doors that he's already opened. It was a way of keeping himself from doing that.
Well, Mirabelle is skipping down the hall, and I'm presuming y'all are following after her. You will hear a sound of wood hitting marble from behind you.
I turn
What's
around.
on? Also, as
A
she's
mop
skipping
fell
on,
out of the closet.
since she's skipping down the hall, you all will notice that it's not quiet like somebody with boots on, a soft boot. She's got hooves, so it's definitely making like a distinctive tapping sound.
Shall y'all enter the fancy door?
Yeah, as we open the door, I ring the bell again. Ding!
Who are you people?
Oh, well, I'm
Uh.
Mirabelle.
Pete Baylor.
I'm Gray.
What are you doing in my town? What are you doing in my office?
Oh, we wanted to
We're-
ask you about all the sick people.
Mm,
Yeah.
Oh, if you were smart, you'd head out of town so you don't become one of them.
Oh,
Well,
we're
how are you
good,
going to help
man.
if we do that?
Well, I mean, if you want to try to help, that's your own suicide. I'm not following the paperwork on that.
Oh, paperwork's boring.
Yeah, man. You're the mayor. You make the rules around here. You don't have to do paperwork if you don't want to.
Well, I kind of do, and my receptionist is one of the people in the tavern.
That's real sad. Man.
Wait, working the tavern or in the tavern?
In the tavern.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about your receptionist. The big question is on everyone's mind is why aren't you doing anything about this?
There's not anything I can do about it.
What do you mean?
They're
They're
sick
sick,
people.
silly goose. It's not a political thing. They're just sick.
There's always budgeting, there's marketing, and there is advertising for heroes to come to your town to try and save it.
All
Yeah,
of
man,
our
this ain't like-
money came from crops and livestock, which got killed out a year ago. We haven't been
man,
able to get it to come back as well as we would like to. We can't make the money. We don't even have any shops because of everybody getting sick right now. There's
Lucky
no
f-
money being made, there's no taxes being paid. We can't hire people.
Whoa, buddy. I'm sensing a lot of anger, a lot of self-doubt, and honestly, I'm feeling a little attacked right now. I'm going to tell you right now that sometimes adventurers are good-hearted people, like us, and we're here to help you. Now, all I ask is why you didn't do anything. You gave me these excuses that you said that you can't do things because they're sick. You're the mayor. You're supposed to have the answers to these kinds of questions. And so that's why I think maybe the best idea for you right now, buddy, is to pass some legislation, get some people to work on some things, and maybe, just maybe, instead of having people not be able to do things, get people to do things. Sorry, I lost half of that.
Mirabelle's going to pat Pete on the arm. I think you're missing the point, sweetie.
Mayor Jeff is just going to cross his arms.
Hey, man, look. I don't have I'm not mayoral material or anything, man. I don't go in for that whole sort of running things. But man, I know a slacker when I see one. I've been in this town for how long 2 drink? Like less than an hour, man.
2 drinks.
I already figured out that this isn't a disease or poison, man. This is something else. Town's got some sort of weird curse going on, and I hear you got a necromancer living down the street. Well, that seems like I mean, it's causation if nothing else. Like it doesn't say that that's definitely, but like that's something you could be looking into.
Yeah, we already did that. We locked him in prison. People got sick anyway.
Wait, he's in prison right now?
No, we let him go because he wasn't doing anything.
Do you ever think that might be, he could like, if you hadn't treated him poorly, if you had just like investigated, that maybe he'd helped you figure this shit out?
He's
But
just gonna
no.
stare at you.
But no. What did you do? You went in there, you strong-armed, you used your paramilitary force with your guards and your everything to break down
Hey, you
an
can't take the
innocent
moral
man's
high
door.
ground here for that. You just came in here and said I wasn't doing shit about the necromancer.
I asked if
No,
you
I
were
asked if you
doing.
investigated that man, if you like checked it out. You
And
said
you
you
would-
threw him in jail. That doesn't sound like an investigation.
Yeah, we
That
threw him
sounds
in
like
jail. People kept
brutality.
getting sick while he was in jail. He couldn't have done it, so we set him free. Like, that's as good of an investigation as I needed.
You're lucky that man doesn't countersue you for harassment, brutality, and honestly discrimination because, like I've said before, just because you're playing with dead things doesn't make you a bad person.
Hey,
Mirabelle's
I
gonna
didn't say
walk
he was a
around.
bad person. He's got these weird lemons. Sorry. I
Mirabelle's
just
gonna
killed
walk around
myself.
and sit on the desk, like just plop herself on the desk in front of the mayor, like with her little goat legs dangling over the side.
Trust me, if he had a problem with me, you'd know it. Because my mansion would have been burned down.
That's just like your opinion, man.
No,
He's in.
seriously, he's got these weird lemons. When you throw them at things, they combust. He has combustible lemons.
I think you're getting a necromancer and a pyromancer mixed up. Although that is some weird botany that he is messing with, and I'm both intrigued and worried.
Like I want to
However,
put that in a drink, man. Like that sounds like an experience.
I'm sorry about my friends. They get a little excited sometimes. So, Mr. Mayor, sir, I get
Mhm.
that you're like in a spot here, you don't have your crops and shit, but we're not asking for anything in return. Just free reign to like check things out and see if we can help, okay?
Well, I didn't say you couldn't. I said go ahead, it's your own funeral.
Okay. Oh, and is there anybody that you think we should start with talking to? And can you tell us like what the symptoms are when people start getting sick?
Well, everyone reacts differently. I mean, some people only survive for a few days. Sometimes their skin goes yellow. Um, sometimes they just seem to drop dead. Other times all they have is like stomach pain. Other times it's their leg hurting. But it's it's all very inconsistent. Like we can't pin anything down specifically. Even the priests are confused by it. Someone said that someone's brain had been removed. Like what the hell is that even supposed to mean? How does someone's brain get removed while their head's still like intact?
Have you
take
met
a
Pete?
hook. You take a hook and you stick it into their nose, and then you twist and pull.
Yeah,
That
man.
is disturbing. Please leave.
That man.
All right, I'll take that as my cue to leave. I know when I'm not wanted or wanted around.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get pissed off when I say this, but because like I don't like your attitude in general, I don't really care anymore, man. So like I hear your ex-wife Patricia like wants you out of office like hard. Like you think she might be behind this? Like is she just trying to make you look bad by like getting everybody sick and shit?
For all I know, that could be the case. She's
Did you
got a
really
mean
do that?
streak wider than her backside. And she's got a nice backside. I married her for a reason. But she was a gold digger, so I married someone else.
Right, man. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
All
this
right,
could
I
be a
guess you.
curse. It could be a parasite. You never know.
Well, you just stay here and sit on your thumb, and we'll go sort this out.
One last thing before we leave. There was a talk about like this has been going on for like a year, like your crops dying and like your animals going away and like people getting sick. But like before everything, was there something bad that happened? Like somebody spooky came into town, other than the necromancer? Did like someone die? You killed somebody, an innocent man?
I mean, no, before that Faust guy moved in, like everything was normal, everything was fine. We were happy. And before him, the only other new, well, resident we had, besides from babies being born, was the innkeeper.
Hmm.
Oh, she's new in town?
Well, not that new. She came here like 4 years ago.
Hmm.
She's married to the tavern guy as well. Yeah, they're married.
Oh, that explains why she does the cooking for them, too. Oh, you know what? We
Wait,
should find out if Faust has any enemies that might want to make him look bad, too.
Well, I mean, he's a necromancer. People are freaked out by that sort of thing. Of course, he's got enemies.
I mean, yeah, but you never know. Might be just fine. But we should talk to him anyway.
wait. So it's a guy that runs the tavern, man, and the lady runs the inn.
No, other way around. If I misspoke, I'm sorry.
All right,
Life's
just
been
check.
kind of crazy around here.
Hmm.
Kind of wish I could just eat one of those combustible lemons.
Well, enjoy doing nothing. Probably hire a receptionist with a living wage. I'm
She was
coming back.
getting paid a living wage before.
Watch.
She was earning like 5 gold a day.
Wow, that's really progressive of you, man. I hope she was doing like good
We
service.
we made good money off of our crops and livestock. We could afford it. And after that, I was paying her out of pocket.
Okay,
Uh,
well, thank you for your time. And let us know if you think of anything, okay?
Yeah, yeah. If y'all can somehow survive this, you're getting a party.
I love parties.
that's mighty nice of you. You know, like
Maybe even a statue if we can afford it.
maybe you're not so bad after all. Keeping my eye on. Go
Mirabelle's gonna like
talk
lean
to
in.
this
Sorry
Faust
about
guy.
them.
Meh. Then I'll get back to whatever paperwork he's looking at.
Mirabelle's butt might be on it. She did sit on the desk right in front of him. Hop up, shake her little tail, and go back to the boys and out the door.
Fun times, fun times.
Before we leave, good DM,
Yeah.
another moment where I use my divine sense, detecting good and evil, celestial, fey, fiend, undead, or hallowed spell, while I'm in his office before we leave.
Hmm.
Nothing.
There's nothing.
Okay. Just making sure. Right. So, what time of day is it at this point?
Probably about midday, early afternoonish, like in normal times, about 1-ish, 2-ish in the afternoon, somewhere around there.
I don't know about y'all. Well, yeah, actually, I don't know about y'all because y'all like probably breathe air and eat and drink food regularly. But I don't know if we want to stop for lunch or we can go to the inn for that, or we can go to the necromancer. I'm good with either.
I still got some snack. I pull out a little stack of meat, cheese, and bread out of my bag. I still got snacks, man. Like, I'm good to go talk to somebody else before we go get some real grub.
Yeah, let's go talk to that necromancer guy. You never know.
Cool.
Cool. So now that you are with your backs to town hall, after you leave the mayor's office, you will have to turn left to get and just follow the laneway all the way down till you get to the edge of town, and then there's this house that seems even creepier than the whole town.
Ooh, it's spooky.
The temperature drops like 10 degrees when you get near it.
Oh, it's nice
Not
and
that
cool over there
Pete'll,
too.
not that Pete'll understand that.
Everything feels the same.
Are there gates or anything, or is it like just a straight line up to the door?
Just a straight lane. No gate.
Mirabelle
There's
will
not
walk
even any
right.
tombstones in the yard.
Nice. Yeah, Mirabelle will walk right up to the door, and is there a knocker, or
No knocker.
then she'll just bang on the door?
I take out the bell and I ding it. Ding, ding, ding.
There'll be a little bit of a crash, some shuffling noises, another crash, and then slowly the knob will turn, the door will open a crack, and you'll see a very tired eye and a pale face with blonde hair at the top. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Mirabelle. So are you Faust by chance?
Yes, I'm Faust the Ninth.
Okay, so we've got a couple of questions, and if you've got a moment, we'd really appreciate the help. So like we're trying to figure out what's going on with people in town, and no, I'm not saying it's you, but I was wondering, like, did you have any problems with anybody before you moved here that might want to like make you look bad or anything like that?
I come from a family of necromancers. Everyone wants us to look bad.
Here, here.
Oh no, I totally get it. But like I didn't know if you had like any like arch enemies or, frenemies or anything like that.
Well, I personally only have one enemy, but I don't think they think much of me anymore.
Okay.
Like, why not, man? Like, you seem worthwhile. Like someone should don't down yourself, man. Like, you're worth having a proper arch nemesis, man.
Well, you see, I used to have a wife.
Like,
She was killed. The man who killed her probably doesn't even remember I exist.
that's real sad, man. It's real sad.
I tried to bring her back, and she kept trying to bite people.
That usually happens like within the first like week and a half. Then you got like the second 2 weeks you got to worry about like actually really learning how to talk, accessing like all of those senses. Then you got like a whole other month of physical therapy.
Oh, I tried all the right steps. She just could never become coherent. The same
Sherman
thing
Sky.
happened to my father and mother, and my grandfather and grandmother, and so on back. My family's cursed, you see.
It's a real bummer, man. So, like, your family's cursed, and then you moved here, and like some sort of curse like happened in the town too, man. You don't like think there might like I'm not like I think the mayor did you dirty and all, man. Like just throwing you in jail and then like instead of like actually investigating like his fucking job and all, man. But like maybe there's a connection here. Like you're just like
Yeah, I'll kill
maybe
that guy if you want.
He didn't have me roughed up or anything. It was what was more convenient for him. I understand it. Like, He didn't necessarily do anything bad or wrong. He was just trying to do what was right by the town. And I mean, what was I going to do in a prison cell?
Literally anything. You're a necromancer.
So I have a question, and I'm like totally trying to not be insensitive or anything. So tell me if I say it wrong. But like, when you said your family's cursed and this thing keeps happening, do you mean only when you bring people back, or like when you guys die and people try to bring you back?
Well, it's specifically that any direct. Oh, we lost Locke's
Uh-oh.
camera. Yeah.
Sorry.
There he is. Well, it's more that the family curse has to deal with our wives more so than anything. Any direct descendant in the Faust line, no matter how hard they try, their bride will always be killed, and you can never bring them back.
That's a real bummer. Have you thought about just living with your partner instead of like getting married?
Yeah, man. Like marriage is
And
just a
live
piece
in
of paper,
sin?
man. It's just a piece of paper, man. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change the relationship. You
It's only
think
sinful to one god. Maybe two.
you think that signing some like contract, marriage, and getting a dowry and stuff is like gonna fundamentally change the relationship, man. You didn't understand the relationship to begin with.
No, it's never about that. It's always about true love. It's just, well, we're a religious lot, and it's more so about the ceremony than the paper.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
It's the symbolism. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me.
that's a tough one. We're just doing like even like just the two of you like just committing to each other in private with that. Wonder if that would trip the. How smart is the curse? Question. Yeah, real brain.
Are are you okay? Was part of your
Yeah,
brain
man.
taken?
Nah, man.
I
I'm
can
cool.
check if you'd like.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure I have all of it in there. At least that's what the guy told me. I have a big question for you here. So you're like a necromancer. So like you've lived like kind of we could say adventurous life. I would assume, because given how old you are. Big question here. You know the area, living here. Is there any like spooky too? Oh, sorry, that ale's coming back again. Is there any like spooky tombs or like mystical, magical things that you would have clocked because like you're an adventurer?
The only thing that I can think of is the island off the coast. You
Hmm.
see, it was it was overrun with the undead before I even got here.
Do you think it has something to do with all this? Like a curse or a parasite or something?
Oh, no.
What?
yeah, but like the lady at the tavern, Celeste, like she said, man, that like this gray haze in town is kind of similar to what's going on out on the island, and like like maybe there's some like bleed over or something.
Ooh, do
Oh,
any of the people here who've died, have any of them come back?
none at all.
Okay.
Have you tried, man?
Well, I tried with one, but his heart was missing. Couldn't work.
Wait. Did you hear about the guy who had no? Were you involved with the guy who had no brain? Were you the person that checked to see if their brain was inside their head?
No, but I did hear about that.
No brain.
Oh, the priest of the church must have done that one.
Hmm. Good DM. Could I make a sort of history check to try and see if I have heard of anything? Uh, I would also like to use my knowledge from a past life. Um, that I can use a D6 immediately after seeing the number on the D20, and I can add that number for like a history check.
For anything in particular?
Um, since I'm a paladin, I would assume that maybe my god could, or goddess, pardon me, would have maybe bestowed some knowledge in this cranial collective that could deal with some sort of beastie that takes hearts and brains.
Okay. You go ahead.
Hell yeah! Thank you. I'll roll that and that. Oh no, I just want that one. Give me. Why do you do this to me every time, D&D Beyond? Why do you do this? Forgot my dice this time. Yeah. Okay, that's a good thing that I decided to also roll a d6 with that. So that is a grand total of 5.
You have no clue.
Perfect. Just what I thought.
I get a weird feeling from some of the people in this town, though. Although that might just be the dirty looks.
But being a person of your profession, I could see that there are some natural prejudices and biases that many don't believe, probably culturally and maybe a little generationally, have been passed down to you. Being a somewhat of reborn, if you will, I can understand where this would come from. Many people look at me and go, "Ah, undead. Ah, he's gonna eat me. Ah." I gave that up a long time ago. I learned through Stuart Stanley's Guide of the Undeath, and now, look at me.
Oh, I know Stuart Stanley.
That's why I was asking if you had used his book to bring back your beloved wife, but a curse seems to be overriding any good knowledge you could use out of that book.
Yes.
Well, hey, man, thank you for your time. Thank you for the information. Once again, real sorry about your situation. You keep your chin up, keep doing the good deeds, and when we figure all this out and save the town, like Jeffrey's gonna throw us some sort of big shindig. We hope you'll come.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
definitely.
bring some of those fire lemons I heard about, because I love a cocktail made from it, man.
Oh, would you like to see one?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
He'll close the door, retreat back into the house. Y'all are still outside of it. You'll hear a little bit more crashing. Apparently got a very disorganized house. I mean, he lost his wife, so he probably wasn't very good at the whole housework thing anyway, so some time will pass. Not much time. And he'll come back. He'll fully leave the house, closing the door behind him. And now you can see him in his entirety. He's hunched over, but if he weren't, you'd think that he'd probably stand at about 6'5". He is a tall man and very lanky, with messy, short blonde hair, very pale, almost deathly pale skin. He could have scurvy. Maybe that's why he made the fire lemons. Um, his eyes are almost sunken in. Like he practically looks like a corpse himself with how tired he looks. He's got something in his hand, and he'll walk down his driveway. Then he'll take a left, and he'll go to where there's basically an empty field. There's a target that is scorched. And he takes what's in his hand, rears his arm back, and hucks it at the target. And there's a yellow streak going through the air. There's a splat. And then whoosh!
Oh yeah, man. All right, cool. That is badass, man. You grow those yourself?
I do.
That's incredible.
My wife before she passed. She taught me how. She was like you. He'll look at Mirabelle, not in form, but in practice.
Oh, she was a druid.
Yes.
That's awesome. So I gotta ask, do they only explode like that and burst into flames when they like slam into something, or is it anytime the juice hits the air?
It's when they inhale, motion the splat.
Okay. So like if you like just cut one open and squeeze the juice out, it wouldn't burn.
No, but it's sour and spicy at the same time. It's very interesting and very warming to the throat.
Can I get one of those?
I like it.
Sure, they're actually very good for when you have a sore throat.
Perfect.
All right, man. Appreciate your time.
And I appreciate your non-bias.
Of course. I mean, look at me.
Would it be okay if I give you a hug? You just look like you need a hug.
I'd rather you didn't, but thank you.
That's okay. I don't hug people if they don't want one.
Consent's important, you know. Hey, can I ask a possibly indelicate question?
Okay.
I mean, like, you're a spooky necromancer, right? Like, this whole aesthetic you got going on, is it like on purpose? Is mostly the bad posture? Like, do you walk like that on purpose because it's expected, or like good, good posture, man? Like, helps everybody.
I don't have the energy since my wife passed.
I'm sorry to. All right, you take care of you, man. Treat yourself. Do some self care, man. You deserve it.
He's just gonna stand there.
Good DM, has this wonderful necromancer given me a combustible lemon? And may I also use my divine sense on him at this moment?
Yes and yes.
Perfect. Good, evil, hallowed, celestial, feigned, fey, undead.
Despite being a person who has been taught all his life how to raise the dead, he's a good person.
Within 60 feet, is there any undead? Not beyond any total cover?
Yeah.
Was looking for servants. But cool. He'll take a bite of the lemon with the rind still on it.
It'll
Give
be
him.
sour and spicy, and if you can feel warm, it will be very warm.
Oh, he feels the spicy and the sour definitely.
Fucking nose run.
He'll probably have his nose will just be running as he's eating this thing, not even paying attention to it. Just kind of two fingers salute him and follow the rest of the group. We're going to the inn. Yes? Question mark.
Yeah, we should talk to the guy at the inn. I think that's a good call. And maybe the priest's temple.
Muriel's gonna pull a hanky like from her cleavage and just offer it to Pete.
Oh. Well, do you want this back or?
No, you can keep that one. It's fine.
Okay, and he'll put it in his pocket. And he's just gonna eat the lemon. All right, yeah, probably some real food.
I kind of want to talk to the tavern keep and the innkeeper, since the mayor said they've only been here like 4 years. But you never know. They might have noticed something, or maybe something's going on, like somebody was after them or something.
Yeah, like
Oh,
she used to be a cleric, man. Like maybe she has an enemy. Why'd she quit? Maybe her god's pissed at her or something.
Forgot to ask him a question. Oh, that's okay. I'll ask him tomorrow. The plum is just so good.
I pull out another little stack of meat, cheese, and bread. Hey, man, squeeze some of that juice on here.
Please.
Yeah. Spicy.
And sour and very warm.
Yeah, that's just the kick this thing needed, man. I mean, that meat was already like off the hook, but there you go.
I wonder what happens if you eat one of those and then you. Never mind. She'll just keep prancing in front of you guys.
Hey, wait a second. You said that meat was really good. You got a piece of that without the...
Yeah, I pull out a piece of meat.
Good DM.
Mm-hmm.
Being a former flesh eater, as I eat this, could I make a history check or perception check, whichever you feel would be more appropriate, to see if I can taste if this meat is of human variety?
Go with history.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who was sitting here going, if all the livestock died, where'd they get the meat?
It's straight 5.
My player
Just a
thought it.
straight
My
5?
character would not.
Yeah, I would assume that I would not be allowed to use my knowledge from a past life because I don't feel like I, as a human being, would have eaten human flesh.
Unless you were a cannibal before, that
Nope.
would not apply. There's something vaguely familiar. It's like remembering the taste of a food, but you can't quite place it. Like if your brain suddenly decided, oh, just the whisper of beef teriyaki is going to linger in your mouth, but you don't know if it's actually accurate. Like you can't quite. It's vaguely familiar, but you don't know exactly what it is with a 5.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. So he'll chew the meat and be like, this is interesting.
It's very good though.
Tastes fucking delicious, though.
Right?
Back to the lemon.
So I imagine y'all arrive at the tavern. It's right next. Oh, the inn. Sorry,
It's okay.
brain weasels. You arrive at the inn, which is right next to the tavern. The
Mirabelle will
tables.
prance right
Okay.
in, have a seat.
The tables from the tavern seem to be like stacked off to the side, while the normal inn tables are there, and there's a man standing behind the thingamajig counter thing. My brain is not working apparently.
That's
Go
okay. It
ahead.
happens all the time.
Hey, compadre. Your lady Celeste across the street said that she'd already arranged some rooms for us here, man.
Ah, yes, you must be those travelers she told me about.
That's us, man.
Yes, we've got rooms for you here. We don't have very many beds. We've moved a lot of them into the tavern.
I turn to look at my compatriots. I'm like, I'm good with sharing if you guys are. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm cool.
I'm fine.
I can offer you a table as a replacement. You could put blankets on top of it. I don't know.
No, it's okay. The floor's okay with me. I'm pretty used to sleeping on the ground.
Yes, I bet you are.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
I'll just look you up and down.
Looking him up and down, you'll see that he's like wearing like nice clothes underneath like the breastplate. Like it looks like something you would possibly be buried in. But it's like nice clothes, and then he's got the big black breastplate and the helmet. And fuck, that's supposed to be.
He just looks you up and down.
He steps closer, like he's actually like he's agitated because this is somebody being slightly discriminatory to him. Folks, that's supposed to mean.
Mirabelle's gonna go over. He probably means you look like somebody who camps a lot because you travel. Duh.
Yeah. What she said.
Mirabelle is clearly trying to defuse the situation.
I'd like an insight check.
Go ahead.
Insight. There it is. 14.
Yeah, he's being racist.
Like I am now just like hard eyeing him, like just.
Look, buddy, I came here because some reason that I can't remember because I have bad memory problems because I happen to just be from the Earth. You ever been from the Earth, pal? Huh? Oh wait, you have to be because you're a human, huh? So, here's the deal. I would like that room that has been requested. I would also like good food for the three of us. And I would like even better drink. Because I'm going to tell you what, pal. If I weren't here, you would be dead. And he will sit very, like, huffy at a table. We're sitting over here.
He'll get a very strange smile spreading across his lips. Of
As he's
course, sir.
as he's smiling at them, Mirabelle's gonna like lean on the counter talking to him, like just trying to make general chit chat conversation with him, trying to calm everybody down, and she's gonna cast detect thoughts on the innkeep.
Can you read me that description, please?
All right. So it's a concentration spell that lasts up to a minute. For the duration, I can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When I cast the spell and use my action on each turn until the spell ends, I can focus my mind on any one creature that is within 30 feet of me. If the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or can't speak a language, it's unaffected. I initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. And as an action, I can either shift my attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If I probe deeper, he has to make a wisdom saving throw. For the moment, I'm just reading the surface thoughts.
His surface thoughts are, asshole's lucky he's already dead.
Fair enough. So she's going to keep talking to him for just a little bit. So I heard someone say that you and your wife are kind of new in town.
Oh, no, I'm not. I grew up here.
Oh, so she's just new.
Yeah,
That's
she
neat.
moved here 4 years ago, and we got married a year after she moved here.
Okay. That's cool. So what was it like growing up here?
It was nice. Sun used to shine here. It was good. My dad owned this place before I did. Well, he's obviously not around anymore.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
A
And
lot of people have died here.
since we're still inside the minute, she's going to use detect thoughts again.
Going for just surface level?
Yep, so still just reading his surface level thoughts.
There's nothing strange about it. He's basically just remembering growing up here, how it was nice, how it used to be sunny. There was plenty of food to go around. There were vegetables. He misses vegetables.
So I also heard a rumor that like travelers come to town and then disappear.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
He'll just shrug.
I mean, don't they like come here to the inn?
I
You've got to
mean,
see
sure,
some of
some of
them.
them do. But, once somewhere gets a bad reputation, like, people just stop coming. Like, it happened maybe 3 times someone didn't come back to their room, and then the rumor started flying that any traveler just never came out of here, and rumors start from people exaggerating anything. I don't know what happened to those people.
She's
It was
gonna use
before
detect.
the disease started.
She's gonna use detect again.
Exactly what he said.
Okay. She's just trying to be subtle. Okay. Well, thank you for the information. And if you don't mind, we would love some lunch.
Yeah, sure. What'd you like? Can't
Um.
offer any vegetables or anything, unfortunately. The ground here, something happened to it. It's just we can't get anything to grow out of it.
Oh, I'm
I
so
think the
sorry
only
to
one
hear
who
that.
has been able to is that Faust guy with those weird lemons.
Those are kind of weird, but they're kind of neat too.
I guess. I mean, he's a weird guy, but there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, he seemed kind of neat, kind of sad. Okay,
I
well,
mean,
whatever you can offer, we're not super picky, but we would appreciate some lunch.
alright, I'll have my wife cook something up.
All right,
And he'll
thanks.
go out the back.
Mirabel's gonna go over to the table with the boys. He's gonna go get us some lunch.
I don't like that guy, man.
Yeah,
He's
like,
bad vibe.
well, he's not like I mean, like he's definitely got some prejudices going on, but like when I was talking to him, I was reading his thoughts and mostly he just doesn't seem to really know what's going on. But I wouldn't mind talking to his wife some more. Oh, and the clerics at the church. I want to know if there was anything else missing.
Yeah, like, is that common? Like, are all the bodies missing something, or like just those couple we've heard about, or
And he said that nothing's growing here at all. So maybe I'll see if there's something I can do about that before we leave.
you're a good egg. You know that, man? Like, yeah, you're just a good egg.
I really try. I mean, what's the point in being nasty to each other? It doesn't make
And
anybody happy.
Well, sometimes when people are nasty, the only language they understand is being nasty right back at them.
Or a spear through their face. That's really honestly how I've come to find it.
I don't disagree with swallowing a couple of teeth can be a real attitude changer, man.
Or the tip of an actual spear. And he'll like bring the spear down and point at his spear.
You just feed him to a giant snake, it fixes everything. But anyway,
with that, I believe we shall take our first break. Oh, goodly kind producer, if you would do that for us.
It's what, 10 minutes?
Hang out, everybody. We'll be back in 10. Do, 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 do.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for being patient while we took bathroom breaks, got drinks and snacks and stuff. So, last we left the party, they were sitting at a table in the inn, and the innkeeper had gone off to go talk to his wife about procuring them some lunch. And soon enough, the tavern keeper, Celeste, enters with a tray of food. A nice big roast, no vegetables, unfortunately, but lots of bread and cheese.
Good DM. I would like
Yeah.
to use my last divine sense to detect good, evil, fey, fiend, celestial, undead, and or hollow spell on her.
On her. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. You don't get a read on her.
No, she's doesn't ping any of the boxes.
Nope.
Does she come up as good or evil? Neutral. That is very interesting. Okay, cool. So he'll accept the food in front of him from her.
Thanks, Celeste. Ooh, I've got a couple of questions.
Go right ahead.
Well, you mentioned you were a cleric before. Like, why'd you give that up?
Well, when I moved here, the town already had a priest, and I mean, he's young enough. I don't think he's going to die anytime soon, and well, it's hard to keep up that kind of work when you go into a domestic life.
Oh, I see. Left that behind so you could like settle down and stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool. Do you like cooking?
I do.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I got to
What?
get this recipe, man. This meat is phenomenal. I don't know what you're marinating it in, but like, wow, it is just next level.
It's a
And
family secret.
And she'll wink.
as she's winking, I'm casting detect thoughts on her. And again, initially just going to read her surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts are a list of different herbs and spices.
Okay.
You just stole the Colonel's recipe, god damn it.
She's not going to tell
No, you
anybody.
didn't.
She's not going to tell anybody. It's fine. So I got to ask, and I'm like totally not trying to be rude or anything, but like before you came to town, did you have problems with anybody?
Oh my, no.
Like no ex-boyfriends that were all like weird and obsessive or anything like that, right?
Oh gosh, no. I actually had a vow of celibacy before I came here.
Oh, because like the whole cleric thing, got it.
So,
I'm
like,
so sorry to hear that.
yeah, that's rough, man. Like, but like, so you met, so you met this guy, and like, he did it for you. Like, you just walked away from like your vows and stuff, man. Is you sure your God's like cool with that?
Oh yes. They wanted me to be happy above serving them.
That's real cool. I like it when the divine entities are looking out for people's personal happiness. It's real good.
So I gotta ask, because you're like a barkeeper, and I know like people like spill shit to their barkeeper all the time. Have you
Mm-hmm.
heard any of the rumors about travelers going missing?
Well, of course I have. I mean, we don't get travelers here anymore because of the rumors. And I
Do you have any?
mean,
Do you have
they
any?
have gone missing. I wish I knew what happened to them.
Do you have any like thoughts or theories?
I can't really say. I
And
mean,
I'm going to use detect thoughts again as she's answering.
Her thoughts are just Patricia, 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 Patricia.
Okay.
Just repeated over and over again.
Could I insight check her response of "I'm not really sure why they're going missing"?
Sure.
Way faster on the computer. Why did I just click that? 16.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Hmm. Okay, but like, who? Since you're like the, this is the inn, and you have the tavern, but you've seen the people have come through here. Like, who's come through here? Any like big name people, adventurers, maybe like professionals?
No, we didn't usually get anyone like that. I mean, we're just a small town. Sure, we made a lot of money, but we we didn't have any big names come through. The last time something like that happened was a circus troupe, and well, they're all fine. They all left.
That was like pre spooky gradient fill world. Dead crops, people, missing body organs.
Missing body organs.
Well, yeah, wouldn't you'd know about you heard about the death where the guy had like no brains and then like no heart.
Oh my.
No, take that as a no.
Does that like mean something to you? Like, heard of something like that before?
Well, I did used to hear that, that werewolves eat the hearts of people, but no one has had outward injuries like that.
We're looking for a werewolf with a straw.
Hmm.
I don't think that's how that works.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you'd have to like smash it up and make it into a slurry before you could slip it through a straw. I mean, come on.
And
Look,
not only that, if you're cramming it down the throat, I mean, you'll never get to the heart.
you're going the wrong way. You go right through the belly button, up and into, and then you just pull.
That's not
We
how
don't
that
have to
works
talk.
either.
No, like that's how you get inside of the person at first, and then you just go. Look, we're getting off topic. You've heard of werewolves that eats hearts, but there's never been outward signs. It's fine. But like a year ago, the crops started. You said.
So like crops went first, right? And then like people started getting sick after that.
Yes.
I say after. Go ahead.
And your husband mentioned like nothing's growing now at all.
Well, I mean, sometimes we can get something, but it's not enough for more than one or two people to have some form of vegetation.
Okay. I'm really
Mostly
sorry.
just meat.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like you mentioned, the livestock died off, and you don't really have any crops to feed them off of. Are you? Where are you getting your meat from?
Oh, every now and then I take a trip out of town. I go to the one that's closest by, Stones in the Woods.
Insight check. The hardest insight check I've ever done. And if you will let me, good DM, I believe this is a moment where I feel like I could use a bit of my knowledge of the past. Oh no, wait, hang on. That's an ability. The ability check that uses a skill. And this knowledge from past would be reading a book that says how to be a better liar and detect liars around you. If you will allow it.
Just the insight.
You got it. That's a 7.
Everything checks out in your brain.
Cool. Cool.
Has it been more than a minute since I cast my detect thoughts?
Not quite.
Can she do it one more time on that statement about going out of town?
Sure.
Okay, so she will try to read her thoughts one more time as she's telling us where she gets her meat.
I mean, just reading surface level thoughts everything seems to check out.
She's
You
being
can
cautious right
see
now.
flashes of memories of like her on like a horse or in a wagon going down to the town that you guys came from to get here, which is the closest town to Honeybrooke.
Well, that's neat. Thank you for
Hey,
being so open with us.
hey, all right. So, like, can you tell us how to get to the temple? And like what the name of the priest is, and like where Patricia lives, because those are our like next.
Oh, well, the temple isn't that far away from the town hall. And, oh gosh, I feel like such a giddy goat. I can't remember the name of the priest. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
And she'll realize that saying giddy goat might be offensive to Mirabelle.
And, Patricia, she lives close to the entrance of town that you probably came from.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. You've been real helpful.
She's
I
just
know.
weirdly haven't gotten sick yet.
Just a final note. Tell your husband to watch his fucking mouth, or I will watch it for him.
Yeah, like
I'll do that gently. He has some prejudices, but we're working on it.
yeah, he was kind of rude. Man. Like it was totally cool. Like I try real hard not to fly off the handle at things. Like he was pushing the button. I get it, you love him and all, but
Well,
he
no one's perfect, but we're working on it.
that's good. Personal growth, important.
But thank you for lunch.
You're very welcome.
And she'll leave.
So it's just the three of us in the room now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Innkeeper has not come back yet.
as far as I can tell, she was telling the truth. I didn't like want to dig into her mind because then she'd know I was there and would make her all suspicious and shit. But as far as I can tell, she's telling us the truth. But when I asked her about, if she had any thoughts or theories on what was happening, all she was thinking about was Patricia.
Yeah, man. I mean, like Patricia is like the wild card. She's the one person we know has like some sort of motive around. But like, I think we go to the priests first and like figure out like if there's any other pieces missing, literally and figuratively, man. Because if all the bodies are missing a part, then that's like important information. Like maybe someone's building some sort of golem thing and they need pieces parts or something. Like I don't know, it can get real weird, but like
Flesh golem.
I think once we have that information, then we can ask better questions when we go see Patricia.
That's fair. Also, before you guys eat, can I just? And he just like kind of scoots your plates and everything into like one kind of thing, and like within 5 feet of him, and then he will proceed to close his eyes, and then he will take one fist and bang it on top of the other. He will repeat this with the other fist. Then he will take both of his hands being parallel to each other and wiggle them back and forth, doing that one on top of the other, throw one thumb behind him over his left shoulder, one thumb behind him over his right shoulder, and he will say, make this food clean and good. I am not that good at words. And he will cast Purify Food and Drink, which all non-magical food and drink within 5 foot radius sphere centered on the point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease. And then he'll move the plates back to everybody.
Appreciate you, man. Good looking out.
Not everybody's got the stomach like I do.
That's fair.
Excuse me.
It tastes so good. It's the meat, that roast is just so tender. It just falls apart on the fork, man. It's just, and it's juicy and it's fatty and it's just, oof. One could go, and my, this roast's delicious.
Good damn, you know I'm gonna ask, right? If this is since it's a different meat that I'm eating, could I take another check to see if I recognize the meat?
Go right ahead.
What was that? What did we do? Perception or history? I don't remember.
I believe that was history last.
Yeah, I think it was. Yes, it was, because I rolled an odd number.
Fair. Unfortunately, I got a 6.
It's not any more clear to you. It's just vague, but it's delicious. It's just good.
Delicious
So
meats.
good. The only thing that would make it any better would be some stewed carrots and some potatoes.
God damn, this is good.
Yeah, all right. All right, we good? We ready to go we go talk to some priestly types, man?
What time of day is it at this point?
I would say it's about 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah, I think we have time to do that.
Yeah, man. Right. We'll head for the temple.
It's pretty obvious once you get anywhere close to the town square because it's a church. It looks like a church. Pretty obvious.
That's fair.
Walk in.
Can Pete walk into a church?
Oh, look, the joke that I was trying to not make, but I'm going to make now, is that Pete was going to point out the church and the steeple, but is going to look around and ask where was the people. When he got inside of the church. But yeah, he could walk into a church.
Okay.
He's essentially a god warrior. He's been brought back to life and resurrected by a goddess. So he's holy and divine. He's not evil.
Okay. He just looks the part.
He's a literally reanimated corpse for the goddess of redemption and justice.
All right, well, you go in, it smells of incense. The air is actually hazy instead of just having that weird gray filter on top of everything. There are candles off behind the pulpit at the very back. There are rows and rows of pews that used to be filled every service with the people of this town, and yet they all sit empty. There is a priest lighting candles behind the pulpit.
Hello?
Oh, oh. Sorry, I just want to do the echo.
No! Every time he walks into a building, that's the best way to get somebody's attention.
Ding!
The priest will turn around. Ah, we haven't had new faces here in quite a long time.
Oh yeah, because it's because we're new in town.
Hmm. I hope you don't stay too long.
Oh, because people keep getting sick?
Yes, and rarely few recover from it.
Yeah, there was one guy over at the inn. I used Lesser Restoration, and he seemed to get better. But anyway, so like that's actually why we're here. Um, so they mentioned to us that like one guy had like no heart and somebody else didn't have a brain when they checked after they died. And I was just really wondering, well, we were all kind of wondering, do Did anybody else turn up with missing organs or parts or anything?
Oh, well, yes, quite a lot actually.
Yeah,
Almost everyone who's died, sometimes it's different innards, sometimes it's the liver, sometimes it's kidneys, sometimes it's a heart, sometimes it's the brain. I've even seen the lungs missing before. It's quite
yet
tragic.
yet no outward marks on any of them.
Not a single one.
Like in your estimation, as someone who deals with some physiology stuff, you think that there's enough missing parts to like make a person yet?
Well, I don't know what they do with several sets of the same organs.
Oh, so it's so there's multiples of each one missing.
Yes.
Oh my
Maybe they're
goodness.
making more than.
The people who didn't have their lungs, what did they die of?
They died of not having lungs. They couldn't breathe.
No, that's my point. Is, is the lungs going missing why they died? Like, are the organs something like happening to their organs?
I honestly cannot say. They're usually not brought to me until they're either going to die or are already dead.
Do you still have any of those bodies?
They've all been either buried or burned according to their last wishes.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I don't think we need the bodies so much as we need to know who was taking care of them, so we can ask them what was going on with that person.
Well, that would be Celeste at the tavern.
Well, we can ask her some more questions when we see her later then.
Hmm.
And it's just organs missing, right?
Oh,
Limbs and stuff are always intact. Is that
well, the bones are still there for some, although there are chunks of muscle missing occasionally.
interesting?
And some people, they just go missing. They get better, they go home, and they just disappear.
Oh. We should see if we can check on that guy that I took care of earlier.
Yeah, put him on the list.
Can you tell us anything about that island with the dead?
Oh, yes. We don't go there. It's a few miles off the coast. We're very safe from it where we are.
But like,
Any idea what's causing all the dead to walk around out there, or why there are so many of them there?
I can't say, but the rumor is that there were a coven of spellcasters living there.
Interesting.
Some called them shapeshifters.
hmm,
But they didn't bother anyone. We don't go there, they don't come here.
hmm.
Everyone's been fine.
Well, apart from the curse stuff.
Oh, the Faust is harmless.
No. We mean like because it's not a disease. I checked. Figured you would have known that already.
Yes, I did know that it wasn't a disease, but unfortunately there's only so much I can do in a day.
Right. All right. Hey, have you anything else that you've seen that with the bodies or the sickness that you know struck you as unusual?
Well, apart from the fact that how do you get organs out without piercing the flesh? I don't
Right.
know.
Well, brain, you just go through the nose with a hook, and it's a lot of pulling and twisting. And then with anything really located up or below inside of the chest cavity, you really go through the belly button. It's kind of like the most direct way you could.
Right, but there'd still be a mark on the abdomen.
Well, if you use a nice thin. That's enough about me.
His point, Pete, is that it would still leave some kind of evidence. This is probably something more magical.
He just looks at his hand and he's like flexing his fingers. Yeah, you're right, I guess.
Oh, no, not that kind of magical. Different kind of magical.
Please don't speak that way in this house.
Oh, sorry, Father.
Before you said anything, Father, I was so confused. Thank you for both clarifying and also demystifying that. Anyway,
I was picking up what you were putting down.
Yeah, that. How do you feel about Patricia?
I honestly don't know. She's lost her way a lot since the divorce.
Enough that she, would curse the entire town to be sick and die?
Potentially.
And she lives, she lives where again?
Oh, she's the second house from the entrance of town. Hold on. And he stands there for a moment and he directs with his hands, trying to map out with his hands where things are. Alright, when you're leaving here, it'll be on your left.
Probably like a nice sign that says Patricia lives here or something.
Oh god, no, nothing like that. She's not quite that garish. Not since the divorce at least.
Alright, well,
she did love flaunting his money.
you got a prayer booth I can pay my respects to both your gods and say something nice to mine?
Oh, yes, through that door, and he'll point to a door on the right.
And that's what Pete will do. He'll go and find that room, pay his respects to the house that he is in, and to the goddess of redemption and justice, praying that she helps guide us in finding the end of this cursed disease sickness in this town.
Okay.
As we head to Patricia's then.
Patricia's house is very much so not luxurious. This is the poorer part of town. The curtains are drawn. The roof needs patching.
Hey, you guys don't mind, feel like this might be the time to sort of, be more direct. I got a thing I can do that, I can, compel her to be honest with us about everything, and, we can figure out how she, really feels, and maybe if she's got some knowledge about this, make her spill, even if she doesn't want to. Is that cool with you guys?
Are you suggesting using magical means to influence her to not only tell the truth, but be unabashedly truthful about everything, like a truth serum? Hang on, let me ask my goddess real fast. He'll look up at the sky. Hey, goddess. Is it cool?
Yes.
My goddess says it's cool.
All right. Good then. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, okay.
And I was fine, like just like winging it, man. But like, I feel like we're going in circles here, and innkeeper rubbing me the wrong way and being rude to you means like I want to figure this out sooner than later, man. And I want to get that fucking party going.
Yes, a
Well, he
party
didn't say
stuff.
it was a fucking party. He said just a regular party.
I mean, one
But
can
you
turn
never
into the other, baby doll.
I understand now. And just say that and then just walk to the door.
Knock, knock, knock. Ding.
Yeah, what do you want?
You hear from the other side of the door.
Oh god, she's from New Jersey.
Hey, Patricia, is it? Like, we just want to talk, man.
Well, who the hell are you?
We're
Pete Baylor.
I don't know that name.
like I said, we're new.
Why do new people keep coming here? Y'all just end up dead anyway.
Well, then make it our last request. Come and have a chit chat.
Or we can go inside and talk to you, whichever you prefer.
She'll open the door, but she'll be blocking it with her body. She is very curvy in all the right ways. She is one hot tamale with piercing blue eyes and beautiful red hair. And she is scantily dressed in a dressing gown.
Or are we interrupting something?
Who do you think's gonna be over here with me?
Mirabelle will raise her hand.
You off, friend?
Why not?
I mean, I'm down.
At the party, people, let's be professionals here.
What
And
party?
the party that I get for curing this entire city of a town of disease, curse, whatever is afflicting you. Now, Patricia, I gotta be real with you. I've had a long day and I've been insulted for not being a mouth breather, air, oxygen, warm blooded flesh bag.
So you're telling me my no good asshole of an ex-husband is throwing you a party?
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that I've had a long day and I've been insulted for being not a mouth breathing, oxygen using warm flesh bag.
Yeah, get to the point.
The point is, Patricia, do you know anything about this? Can you tell me any incident that happened before a year ago with the crops when you were actually dating someone that had money and not living here?
And it'd be real helpful if you would tell us the truth.
The fuck were those hands for?
I cast Zone of Truth. You create a magical zone that grants that guards against deception in a 15-foot sphere centered on a point of your choice. Within range, I center it on her. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a Charisma saving throw, DC 15. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie. While within the radius, you know whether each creature succeeds or fails the saving throw.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that I have to do a charisma saving throw for her.
Yes, DC 15.
Yeah, I'd like to also make that saving throw and not choose to fail it.
Mirabelle will choose to fail it.
Yeah, I'll fail. I don't care.
If you two would kindly earmuff. She passed the saving throw.
All right.
Which means if she wants to lie, she
She
can.
can. All right.
What the fuck were those hands for?
Oh, I'm just real showy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. So, what do you want to know?
What was there any incidents happened before a year ago that could have possibly caused anything like this? Anything strange, unusual, hiccups in your divorce, making weird demons with devil deals? Sorry, it's been a really long, hard day.
You sound like you either need a drink or you've had too many drinks.
Look, I don't have to breathe oxygen, which means my tongue and brain works maybe a little bit slower, and words and messes and jumbles and things. Again, it's been a long day. Please stop. Just answer the damn question.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that weird Faust guy.
Tell me more. What happened when Faust came to town?
Well, I mean, he's creepy and he does weird things with dead people, right?
I believe the term is a necromancer one, and
Yeah, whatever.
it's not creepy as part of the cycle of life is also death and undeath. We don't have to go into the semantics and the morality of it all. All I'm asking is, around the same time, what happened? What did the sky turn black? Did crows come out of a tree? Did an unborn baby start laughing? I mean,
How would an unborn baby laugh, and how would you even know it laughed?
it's been a long day, Patricia, and I don't want to have to run my spear through you. Please, gosh, just work with me here.
All right. Look, people say you got a grudge against your ex-husband, right? And,
You're damn right I do.
all right, and so it would be in your interest, right? Like you want to see him fail, right? So like this badness for the town looks bad for him, and then you're gonna, get him out of office, and that would make you happy. So like, did you do something? Did you make a deal with somebody? Did you affect the crops somehow? Did you bring a curse upon the town?
Look, what happened to the crops was completely natural. We got hit by a fucking hurricane. The land is salted from the salt water.
Yeah,
Oh, that
all
makes a
right.
lot of sense. By the way, as they're talking, Mirabelle is like totally making goo goo eyes and wagging her tail.
So
Wait a second. A hurricane?
crop failure was natural.
Yeah, that island's not that far away from here. I mean, obviously we're near a coastline. We get hurricanes.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd also like that action, please.
Oh,
Go ahead.
that's a
Mirabelle's too busy, making goo goo eyes.
21.
She's absolutely telling the truth. Like, they get hurricanes, they're near a coast.
And then the disease curse thing that followed behind that, like that's other than Faust, you got any ideas? Because I don't think that's the guy. He's weird, but I don't think he's that weird.
Look, of course I got sorry. Look, of course I got a grudge against my shit for brains ex-husband. I couldn't even get through that without laughing. But I ain't got any powers to be able to do anything like this. Fucking wish I did, though. Asshole deserves whatever he could get.
Insight check. That is 15.
She's being truthful that she believes that her ex-husband deserves any bad things that happen to him. She's only minorly being untruthful about not having any power to do anything.
So you're saying you're powerless in all this. You're
Yeah,
just
essentially. I ain't got any money. I don't got any political power no more. Like, come on. What am I gonna do?
you know a little something, right? You got a little magic going on. Certainly on that backside, if nothing else.
Oh, well, thank you, honey.
I'd have to agree.
Well, aren't you sweet?
I get even sweeter.
Hey gods.
Sorry, honey, but you're not my type.
Hey goddess. Can I kill her now?
Now,
Please?
Excuse you.
Sorry, I was just confirming that you actually are not somebody that needs to be dealt with by the swift arm of justice and redemption. I guess you're on the redemption arm and not the justice arm.
Whatever.
It's one of those moments I wish I had shocking grasp so I could like zap him.
This island. Can we get there from here? Is there anybody brave enough to get to a boat from here?
We don't even have a pier that's near that island.
Fuck.
I mean, I'm sure there's somewhere you could buy a boat and eventually get there, but I mean, come on. I mean,
Fair.
even with the state of you, I don't think you'd want to go over there.
Fair. So hurricanes took your crops. Some disease has taken your people. Do you pray, Patricia?
Not really.
You better start. And then he'll turn and he'll start walking back up her driveway.
All I'm asking is if you're gonna pierce me with a long sword, you do it over and over again, honey.
Does not turn around. He is still walking. But in his head, he's thinking, if only my goddess would tell me. Just tell me. Tell me right now, goddess. I'll do it right now. I'll stop and turn around.
So, how you feel about shorter guys with facial hair?
No, I ain't got any problems with them.
Well, you get interested, I'm around.
Oh, it's gonna cost you big money.
It's like that is.
Absolutely. 1,000 gold a night.
Oh, someone's got a high opinion.
Well, I am the one that just had that lovely darling over there. And she'll look at Mirabelle, absolutely drooling over me. Don't think I didn't notice.
I'm staying at the end if you change your mind. Hey, she chose to fail the zone of truth.
It's fine.
All right. Come on, guys.
Are you sure I've got gold?
Do you got enough?
Uh-huh.
Nah, I still can't do it. The legs are too weird. I'm sorry.
Okay.
At least she's honest.
So the truth?
She'll go back inside and close and lock her door.
Well, that was not as helpful as I was hoping.
Well, we did learn something, though. We learned about the hurricane
Yeah.
that nobody else bothered to mention.
Yeah,
That's strange.
It's really weird.
Uh, let's see. Sun's going down. I don't want to stay at an inn that has a racist, without the racist being dead, of course. But
Well, I think our options are we either go back to the inn or we find someplace outside of town to camp.
Actually, I'm real curious to see what goes on in that tavern at night with sick.
That last bit cut out. Could you repeat it?
I'm real curious to see what happens at night in the inn or the tavern with the sick folk.
Oh, and we need to ask her about the people when they were dying.
So
tavern.
I can be real sneaky when I want to be. I know I don't look it. Practically invisible sometimes. So thinking maybe I find a dark corner in that inn and just sort of hang out and keep a watch tonight.
Okay, if that's what you want.
I mean, unless you got a better idea on how to figure out. Maybe I'll see something. Maybe we'll get a clue.
Just I guess how would you make like a twittering sound if you like need any help, or do you just want us like to just come to you?
I haven't introduced you guys to Snuggles. Don't freak out, all right? Snaps his fingers, and an owl bear appears.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. I walk up and I scritch him behind the face ruffle. You know, like, this is Snuggles. He's good. He's good. You know what these guys sound like when they like roar. You know that noise.
And Pete Baylor is able to perfectly imitate the call of an owl bear for some reason. You mean like that?
Yeah, just like that. Like, so if anything happens, I'll just get Snuggles here, and Snuggles will make a big noise, and you guys can come, like, you know. So try not to be too far, is all.
Oh, I figured we'd just be next door,
Right.
Yeah.
sleeping, or I'm killing the bartender. One of the two.
Oh, don't kill Celeste.
Guilty by association, I guess. I don't know.
There's no reason to kill anybody right now. If we kill them, we're not going to learn anything. And neither will they.
I have the goddess of redemption and justice, my friend, not the goddess of learning and retention.
You know, Pete, you really need to learn to live a little.
You told Pete to live and it killed Patrick.
It's so good.
That's, oh my god, that was perfect. That was as perfect as a joke that came up in Joke Boat the other night when I was playing Jackbox.
Incredible. Simply, he'll just roll his dice and start walking, continue walking to the inn as he's going to be staying there with Maribel.
Hey, do me a favor when you guys like order some dinner or something. And get Celeste to come over to the inn so I can slip in and find a good hiding place in the tavern.
Okay, I'll just tell her you're spending the night with Patricia.
Yeah, all right. See how she reacts to that, man.
Okay. All right, we will make our way to the inn.
It's just the same as before, except instead of the way you left it, now there's a tavern. There's an innkeeper there. Christ almighty.
Oh, the racist guy? The racist guy's there?
Yes, the racist guy's there, but your plates from earlier are gone.
Mm.
She will, once again, like she does, just kind of prance up to the counter. Hi again.
He'll just nod.
So it's been kind of a long day, and I was wondering if we could probably get some dinner.
Sure.
Thank you. Your wife's cooking is just so good.
No, I know.
Oh, and beds. You said you got a room for us. How many beds are in it?
Oh, well, it's actually, it's 3 beds.
Oh,
And
okay.
3 separate rooms.
Okay.
And since that one guy apparently got better, I think Celeste said you had something to do with that. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, how's he doing anyway?
I have no idea.
You don't happen to
I
know
don't
who
even know
he
where he
is?
lives.
Okay. Well, I'll ask Celeste tomorrow and see if she knows. I just kind of want to check on him, make sure he's feeling all right.
That's really kind of you.
I try. Okay, well, I guess we'll go sit down at a table. And she'll
And
bounce over to wherever Pete has sat himself.
Oh, Pete's been staying behind you the whole time, hasn't said anything, and he's just has his spear, and he's taken off his helmet. He's got his under his one arm, but he's looking just dead eyes without blinking at the bar, like at
I
the
can
inn.
I totally see Mirabelle like thinking Pete has sat down, turning around, like walking smack into him. Oh, sorry, Pete.
It's all
Bang on
right.
his chest plate. It's really hard.
Yeah, it stops blades and other
Eh,
things. It's a breastplate.
apologies. I think an eyelash is trying to blind me.
Oh yeah.
No, that's better. Okay.
And he'll
Yay!
he'll keep his eyes on the innkeeper and like start to walk following Mirabelle to the seat wherever we sit down, and he'll put his helm on the table, keeping his one hand firmly gripped onto his spear, and sit so he is still dead eyeing this innkeeper.
He doesn't pay Pete any mind, and he just goes to to go tell his wife that people want food.
Right before he gets out the door, he's gonna yell, "Hey, flashbag, grab us some drinks too.
What do you have?
Anything from a barrel is good enough for me, not Daryl."
Wait, are you saying your name's not Daryl, or you don't want anything from Daryl?
I'm
We don't have a Daryl in this town.
yeah, I'm Pete, so I'm not Daryl. That's I don't know. Something my goddess, I guess, has just wired into my brain to I don't know. Or it's past memories. I really don't know who I was beforehand. I've had some towns where I've walked into and they're like, and then they like pull up a poster or something, and I don't know.
You'll have to tell me about that sometime. I'll need something to keep me busy since Gray is staying somewhere else tonight.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, that Patricia is really hot.
Hmm. He'll just give a look, sort of like squinting his eyes, brows furrowed, lips smashed in a bit to the side, like just a hmm.
Oh, she's probably totally trouble, but she's really hot.
Oh, she's trouble, all right. That's how she got her last husband.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's not into satyrs. Her loss.
That's none of my business. You didn't say what you'd be having.
Anything
drink
from
tea.
Beryl is good for me, not Daryl. Warm
Yes,
blood.
I heard you. I didn't hear her.
Oh, I'll drink just about anything with alcohol. Wine. Wine's an easy one.
Okay. You be careful around that Patricia. When I say
Okay.
that's how she got her last husband, I mean she didn't use normal means to seduce him. And then I'll walk out the door.
I might ask him more about that when he comes back.
Please, goddess, let me kill something. Anyone, just point me.
We could kill time. How's that?
And he'll spin his spear around and stick it into the board. Is it like wood?
It's
Floors?
wood and hoe.
He'll just stick the spear into the wood's floor so it frees up his hand, and he'll be like, all right, how will we kill time?
Oh, there's lots of good ways.
Here's the issue. I think your way of killing time and my way of killing time are slightly just respectively different. How I kill time is I'll sit motionless in one area and not move and just not exist.
Oh, I'd much rather talk about our childhoods or our favorite things, our favorite animals, or play cards or other games.
My childhood is a blur of color, sound, and motion all at one time. Still frames like an oil painting that has had watercolor dripped all over it. My favorite things are serving my goddess, the feeling of my spear running through a delinquent criminal. What was the other questions?
What's your favorite animal?
And you'll see him like straining his head, and maybe like a vein is actually popping out because he's trying to access like these memories before his life, but nothing is coming up. Maybe like a small piece, like black sludge, is coming out of his nose as he's thinking too hard.
You might want to just wipe your nose.
Oh, my bad.
I meant with the handkerchief.
Oh, I threw that. Oh, wait, hang on. No, pat himself down, and he'll find it and wipe his hand and his nose. Thanks. Put it back in a different pocket than he put it in.
All right, and then she'll just start prattling on about her favorite animals so that our DM can go to handle other things.
So I would like to have, while they went in to order food and they were having that interaction, to have slipped around to the back of the tavern. Since I went in through the kitchen and saw where the back door was, I want to see if I can find that door from the outside.
Give me a perception check.
15 plus 5. Dirty 20. Dirty.
There's something that catches your attention that's not the door. The door's fairly obvious. You can find it very easily, as well as the cellar door. There's an odd coloration on the ground. Sure, the dirt of the town is brown, but this is a different shade of brown, like something has been splotched or dripped. It's a darker, much darker shade of brown, almost like old blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna that is the wrong mouse. I'm gonna go up and I'm going to investigate it first, see if I can figure out, is it blood? Is it something else? If I can recognize what the substance is.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation is +0, 13.
You can't tell if it's blood or paint or some other dried dark brown substance.
Um, I'm gonna cast detect magic
Okay.
and have a look around the area, see if anything stands out to me.
Hmm. Nope.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to pop Snuggles into existence. I'm going to have Snuggles check the weird spot. Snuggles has keen sight and smell and gains advantage on perception. And I want to say and I can speak with Snuggles without having to cast a spell. So I'm going to ask Snuggles to check that out and tell me what it is. So Snuggles, 17 plus, where's wisdom is +1, so an 18.
Smells like blood.
Sorry, they're +3, so that's a dirty 20.
Smells like blood.
Thanks. Good job.
Old blood.
Snap Snuggles away, and I'm gonna find a dark corner, and I'm gonna pull my hood up, and I'm gonna attempt to disappear into the shadows, and wait for the innkeeper to come to put in the order, and then sort of watch his interaction with Celeste, and then watch what she does, and then when she takes the food over, I'm gonna slip into the.
Okay, so you see the innkeeper go in to the tavern through the back door. Can't really hear anything. There aren't any windows. There are no windows, I should say, because I didn't articulate. Then he and Celeste both leave through the back door and go to the cellar door. She removes a key, unlocks it, goes down into the cellar. They come back up with some meat, and they both go into the kitchen.
Did she lock the cellar door back when she came out?
Yes.
All right, I will. I don't think I have anything for opening locks. Is it like what kind of lock situation is it? Like a padlock on the cellar door? Is it? Um, is it bar? How is it locked?
It's just a padlock.
Okay, I'm gonna wait then. I'm gonna wait for both of them to go.
All right, after 20 to 30 minutes ish, they both leave out the back door carrying the food and the drinks to the inn.
How
Stop getting those confused with each other.
are there any gaps in the doors where I could see in even into the darkened room? Into the darkened cellar rather?
No, not into the cellar.
if I take a dagger and sort of pry it between, can I pry it up enough just to get a view inside?
Give me a strength check.
That is a 17 plus 5, so 22.
Yes, you can pry it open enough. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay, so you can see the stairs that go down. And there's not much in front of the stairs, but there's what you can see is a small, like off to the side from where the stair goes down. You can see a little bit of blood on the cellar floor.
All I need to do is be able to see the stairs. I use Misty Step to step into the cellar.
All right.
And I resheath my dagger, and I'm going to quietly move through the cellar and investigate the blood and whatever else happens to be down.
Give me an investigation check.
18 plus 0, 18.
You see meat hung up on meat hooks. You see some sides of pork. You see sausages, sausage casing, sausage that's in the process of being turned into sausage. Give me another investigation check as you keep moving through.
That is a 16.
In one corner, you find some scraps of cloth.
I'm going to go check those out. Are they... Does it look like they were ripped off of someone? Does it look like it was clothing at one point?
It's in such tatters that you can't tell if it used to be clothing or if it used to be bed sheets or if it used to be curtains or anything like that.
Any blood?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's kind of blood everywhere. It looks almost like like the butchering area of a butcher shop with how much blood is there.
Anything else? If it's been less than 10 minutes, I still have detect magic up, by the way.
There's nothing magical.
You know what? I'm gonna do that thing that Patrick has done several times, and I will use my divine sense to see if I sense any good, evil, celestial, fiend, undead, the hallow spell, anything like that within 60 feet of me.
So, what does it mean to sense something good or bad? Does it have to be a physical object or a person?
Let's find out.
Sorry, I just
detect good or evil. It doesn't specify.
I just pulled up the explanation of it, and it totally gives you a spoiler for Curse of Strahd if you didn't know, which I think is kind of funny. But it just says it detects awareness. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that's not behind total cover. You know the type from your presence, but you don't know its identity. And then it goes to Vampire Count Strahd von Sarvix, for instance. Like, whoa! Oh yeah, spoil an entire adventure there, buddy. But within the
And
same.
you just spoiled it for our audience.
Sorry, y'all. I'm just reading it. It does say within the same radiance you detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the hollow spell. But,
In that case, no, you don't detect anything.
Okay.
Because anything that is not in that room is considered undercover.
Is there anything else besides this one room down here?
No, but off on a different wall is where all the wine and stuff is. All sealed, of course.
All right. Then I guess I'm
Oh,
going
wait, there's one extremely evil bottle of wine. I'm kidding. I'm
to.
kidding.
um. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I can do that will help. So yeah, I guess I'll move back up and I will let myself out the same way I got in.
Alrighty. In that case, I think this is a good time for us to take our second break.
Back and turn, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for holding tight while we took our break. Let's hop right back into this. So, Gray, you just Missy stepped back out of the cellar.
Yes.
And while you are out there, let's go back to the inn.
Okay, I told you it's not that I wouldn't want it to work. It's just I think it's about like blood flow. That's why. It's not because I wouldn't want it to work. It's just blood.
Celeste and the innkeeper come in holding the trays of food and drink. And the innkeeper just stops and stares at the spear piercing the planks of his inn floor. What the hell, man? Wood's expensive.
I'll fix it later.
Yeah, you better.
I'm sorry, what was that? And he'll stand up and put his hand to his ear. I'm sorry, did you have something to say to me?
Now,
Yes,
Pete, to be
that's
fair,
property damage.
Pete, to be fair, you did damage the floor. It's only fair that you fix it.
Celeste will look at the innkeeper and just go, "Dear, what have we said about your temper?" Fine. And he'll just put the tray down. She'll put her tray down. "I'm sorry for my husband. Please enjoy."
Wait, before you go. And he'll put his hand back down from his ear and he'll sit down. I just wanted to ask, when you were a cleric, what god or goddess did you worship?
Um, this
That's the
harkens back to what we were talking about before when we were on break.
I was say that's the I didn't plan for this face.
Sorry, bud.
I don't actually know any cleric deities.
If you can't remember the name or whatever, like, just give me like the general gist of like what they were about. Like, mine is the goddess of redemption and justice.
Oh, I followed a god of mercy.
Hmm. Mercy's got a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people, depending on the situation.
Does it?
Well, in my line of work, purpose, it does.
I guess you
Yes.
were right. I mean, if you had a sickly mother and there was nothing that anyone could do, would it not be kinder to just get it over with quickly?
Are you asking if I would kill my sick grandma? If my sick grandma decided to commit a crime or an injustice to the world, I would run my spear through her just the same way I would the intolerant one. Flipping his thumb over to the husband. But I've also been told that there is a path of redemption, and I would be, before running my spear through it, think if my grandma could redeem herself.
I don't think that's what she meant. Oh, but I do have a couple of questions for you, Celeste. Have you got a couple of minutes?
I guess so, yes, but I do have to get back to the people. I need to go around with water, try
Oh,
and
of course.
keep them
And
hydrated.
of course, I'll even help you with that if you like. But I was curious. So the priest over at the church, he mentioned that some of them were missing organs.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
I was curious, like what symptoms have you been seeing? Like are people having trouble, some having trouble breathing, or like others like their heart slowing down or anything like that? Or
What does that do again, Patrick?
Oh, he was while she's doing it, he's casting within the 5 feet of him, purify food and drink, doing the hand motions that we talked about earlier. Sorry, I forgot this is an audio.
That is specifically only for poison and disease, correct?
It is, as I will read again, all non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay.
Not that he needs it because he's like dead, and also God's magic flows through him, or his God's magic flows through him.
And what was the question again, Ren?
Oh, she was asking if she's noticed like different symptoms in different people, like difficulty breathing or their heart rate slowing drastically or anything like that.
Oh yes, I absolutely have, but I can't grow new organs for someone.
No, but like I was thinking about it when he was telling us this, and I was kind of wondering if maybe this is a magical thing, like someone's magically stealing organs, and that's why people are dying the way they are.
Oh gosh, that would just be awful.
I know, right? Oh, and he said that sometimes when people get better, they like disappear afterwards. And I was thinking, I helped that boy earlier, and maybe we should check on him tomorrow.
I think that's a very good idea.
Just to be careful, just to be safe.
She'll nod.
Oh, you need to give the people water. How about I come with you and help?
No, you stay here and eat.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I can handle it.
Okay, well, let me know if you need any help.
I will.
May I insight check the sentence around no, you stay here and eat, because that trope seems blaring, throws off red flags in Pete's brain.
Go ahead.
Just wants to see if there's like extra motive behind it, and it's not just like the caring. Oh, come on, that was almost a 19. It's an 8.
Seems like a perfectly normal statement.
Okay.
She has given you no reason for her to not be trustworthy at this point.
He'll bristle just for a second, and then he'll calm down. Just having that weird twingy moment after blessing the food. And he's eating the food now, by the way. Where we'll ask for, once again, if this meat can... If it's so good, he wants to try and figure out what this meat is. If it tastes so good.
Give me a history check one more time. Also, you're having Mike Pop's lock.
Sorry.
Finally, a double digit. 18.
Ooh. Oh, it's very familiar.
Like,
It's very, very familiar.
would you say familiar? As in, like, this would be something I would have remembered eating within my first 2 weeks of being reanimated by the goddess of justice and redemption and not really knowing my purpose in life?
That would depend on what you ate.
Oh, that would be like people. Sometimes. Occasionally.
It's very similar to that. Although, part of your brain almost doubts it because of the marinade and the spices and stuff. Like, it could just be pork, is what your brain is telling you, hoping. It's hoping that.
But there's a deep, like, there's a dark part of me that's like, you know this taste. You remember this taste.
Mm-hmm.
He'll almost eat it faster and kind of almost more recklessly when he kind of he hears that dark like thing of like, this is people, you're eating people. And then he'll have a moment where he's like, fuck, what am I doing? And he'll stop, put the food down, push the plate away, and whatever drink of ale that was brought to him, he will down the whole thing, put it there, and wait until the innkeeper has left or is away from them and is going to whisper to Maribel, don't need to.
Has Mirabelle already been eating it?
Oh, yeah, Mirabelle would have started eating because she saw him do the thing to make sure it wasn't poisoned or diseased. Because the players, like, since they started being going, oh fuck, something's not right with this. The character had no reason not to. So she's like, fork halfway to her mouth. Why? What's wrong?
That he's gonna very, very calmly stand up and pull his spear out of the floor, and he is going to walk to the bar. Is the innkeeper there at the bar, whatever inn thing? It's just us in the bar?
Yep. He left without you noticing.
Hello?
No response.
Pete, what's going on?
I just have a really bad feeling.
Well,
Really
talk to me.
bad.
I need you both to roll constitution checks.
Uh-oh.
Just a check, you said?
Oh, save, sorry.
Saves.
Constitution save.
That's so much better. Oh. Whew.
18?
19.
Okay. You both feel fine.
And you'll see his teeth. You'll see his teeth kind of chatter, as if he's like the muscles in his jaw are just twinging from muscle memory, chewing on an imaginary meat. We need to leave. That's this. If it was a hurricane that took out the crops, that means there's nothing wrong here. We need to get Gray. We need to leave right now, and we need to tell.
Something's wrong though. If people are like getting sick and dying, and organs are missing, I mean, something is going on.
Good DM. Before I make this exclamation, made, I would like to make a medicine check or a history check with the knowledge of the past added to it as a way of trying to remember if there are any side effects from eating the flesh of humans.
Go ahead.
Which one?
Let's go with the history.
Okay, history with my past life stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you, beautiful dice. Thank you for actually doing this. It's very cool. Very cool of you. We like to see that. So that'll be 20 plus. That'll be a 21.
All right, you would remember that eating muscle fiber, there's typically nothing wrong with that, but eating brain matter would give you a disease called Kuru.
And would doing like the flash glances of it, would I be able to kind of piece that together that the people in the tavern are sick in similar ways that you would have if you had Kuru?
No.
Okay.
I mean, well, you wouldn't. They don't, is what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
they don't have Kuru.
Okay.
They have the symptoms of having organs missing. That's why they're sick.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Well, then, as this flash into his head, he would think he would just whip his head back and scream, "That's because they're eating people! They're eating people here! We need to leave right now!"
Wait, that's what?
And then he will bellow out the call of the owl bear.
Mirabelle's gonna throw up.
Okay, if you throw up, then Pete, I still need you to make one more Constitution save.
That is completely okay. Is this a disease or being poisoned? As I haven't.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I imagine the little satyr hearing that it was flesh of humans, she would just barf.
19 on that con save.
All right, you still feel fine.
Oh, sorry about the mess. But ew.
He bellows in the call of the owl bear.
Gray, I need
Meanwhile,
you to
back
make
at the
a.
tavern.
Huh? Gray, I
So
need you to
meanwhile,
make.
back at the tavern.
Yeah, I need you to make a perception check.
Okay, just as a note, after I Misty stepped back out while they were still across the street, I wanted to slip into the tavern and find a hiding spot where I could watch the people in the beds and be there when she comes back. Perception, you say?
Mm-hmm.
7.
You do not hear the call. But you do see Celeste back in the tavern. And she's going around giving water to the patients, making sure they stay hydrated before slipping out the back one more time.
Follow.
She is going through the town and she's walking to a very specific house, it seems. She moves around to the back of it. And I need you to give me a hide check.
I am using my Cloak of Elvenkind, so I get advantage on stealth. 5, 21.
All right, you stay hidden. At the back of the house is the innkeeper, meeting up with Celeste. The innkeeper has the young man from before, unconscious over her shoulder.
I'm just watching.
They walk back towards the tavern, sticking to the shadows.
At some point when there's a convenient alley or something, I will snap my fingers and call Snuggles and tell Snuggles to go to the inn. Picture how to get there, send that in, and get friends. Bring them to the to where the blood was, the ground. Continue to follow two of.
All right, back at the inn. Owlbear, trying to get your attention.
Oh, hi, Snuggles.
I wish Owlbear had a language because I would have taken that. Oh, sorry. Because he could do the call. Pete will just could be like speaking to this owlbear.
I actually have a question. I know this is a fae, I guess, instead of like an actual owlbear, but would its grunts and body mannerisms and whatnot be similar to or the same as a real owlbear?
I would say yes.
Okay, because I have speech of the woods. So I can understand beasts can understand my speech, and I have the ability to decipher their noises and motions.
Snuggles is telling y'all to follow it.
Oh, he wants us to go with him.
That's good. would need to also just get take us to Grace so we can get out of here. He's shielded up and speared out. He sees those two. He's gonna spear them on sight.
Come on, we need to go with him.
Follow.
All right. Snuggles leads you to the back of the tavern, where the dried blood and the cellar door and the back door to the tavern are.
Do we find Gray here?
You do not. But you do see at the back of the inn are Celeste and the innkeeper with the young man from before going into the inn's cellar.
Not the tavern's cellar, the inn's cellar.
Correct.
Oh,
He,
that's the little boy. That's the young man I helped earlier.
Pete just throws his spear at the innkeeper.
All right. I need you to roll a flat 20.
You got it. The flat 20 was an 11.
It misses.
It's fair. Does it stick up and let them know that we're there?
Oh, absolutely. They both look at you.
Seeing that happen, I assume, because I've been following them,
Yes.
step out of the shadows, drawing both of them. And I will be like, really uncool, man. I knew there was something about you. I saw your little abattoir below the inn, below the tavern. Eating people, right.
Well, there's nothing else for us to eat here.
Doesn't excuse any. And I
You cut out.
would like to rage.
All right. What does rage do?
Rage gives me a bonus. Gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws. +2 on melee damage with strength-based weapons. Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. But I can't concentrate on spells while in rage. And if I am knocked unconscious.
All right. You rage. You attack them.
Yes.
I need a flat 20. Actually, I need you to roll 2 20s, but it's neither advantage nor disadvantage. I need both numbers.
17 and 11.
The 17 bites deeply into Celeste's shoulder. And I mean deep, almost separating her shoulder and neck completely, going straight through the collarbone. She is bleeding profusely and she has fallen to the ground.
And I just look at the innkeeper. Put him down.
He puts him down. And he vanishes.
Mirabelle will run to the young man and make a medicine check to see if he's
He's
injured.
just unconscious. He's had herbs given to him to make him fall asleep.
Okay.
By the way, Pete, I need another Constitution save.
That's a 7.
You fall unconscious.
Oh,
Sure.
The world becomes dizzy as you fall over, as you succumb to the herbs that they were using to drug your food.
Just is he within 10 feet of me?
No, not if you're at the back of the inn and they're at the
Okay.
back of the tavern.
Okay.
While
My
the
aura
buildings
would
are
have
side
given
by
it.
side, that's like 20 feet.
My
minimum.
my my aura would have given him plus con saving throw. within 10 feet.
Oh, the world is so split. He'll just fall backwards.
Oh, Pete. And she'll make a medicine check on Pete because she's concerned.
Same thing as the young man.
They're okay. It's basically they're drugged with herbs, but they'll be all right.
It'll wear off in a few hours.
Is Celeste still alive?
At this point, no. She has bled to death. So, one has vanished into oblivion, and the other is dead. You have solved the mystery of what has been plaguing this town. Congratulations!
Yes.
So when they rest that night, when Mirabelle picks her spells for the day or prepares her spells for the day, she would prepare plant growth and spend the 8 hours focused on the spell so that she can enrich the land so that they can actually start growing crops again.
Okay. And the mayor is planning a fabulous party in your honor for saving
Yeah,
this
man.
town.
Fucking party. Rager.
Pete would stay for a respectful few hours before walking back down the road to try and find the caravan to be like, town's clear. We can, I think we're waiting for a fucking party, I think. You can come and hang out with us if you want. It's not spooky anymore.
All right, well, that wraps up this tale of mystery for the night. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that you, the audience, enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. This was my very first time DMing anything ever. And this was also our producer for the night's very first time producing. So, very big hand of applause for her as well. Thank you so much, Lollipop.
Lollipop.
So, let's remind everybody who we are so we can get out of here.
Hey everybody, it's me, Patrick, and I played your paladin zombie of vengeance, Pete Baylor, and you can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was Mirabelle. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi gamers. I'm Locke Clark still, and I was just gray, man. Gray. And you can find me on the Book of Faces of the Twitter pages at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
And I'm Alice, the DM for tonight, and you can find me on Twitter at Cap'n Cupcake. Thank you all so much for coming here on our inaugural weekend of our own channel. It means so much to us. Thank you so much for being here for this stream. We love you all so much. Remember, times get tough and the world's a dark place. Help support people when you can. Love each other. And when you need support, it's okay to reach out. Love you all.